Biography of Adam Smith.
Adam Smith 17-31790 was a Scottish philosopher, economist, and one of the most influential thinkers in the history of economic theory. He is widely regarded as the father of modern economics because of his groundbreaking ideas about free markets, trade, and wealth creation, early life and education. Adam Smith was born in June 1723 in Kirkcaldy, a small town on the east coast of Scotland. His father, who was a customs officer, died before he was born. As a child, Smith was described as delicate and thoughtful, with a strong interest in learning. At the age of 14, he entered the University of Glasgow, where he studied moral philosophy. He later attended Oxford University, where he spent several years studying literature, philosophy, and science. However, Smith was critical of the teaching system at Oxford, believing that many professors were not actively engaged in educating students' academic career and intellectual development. After completing his studies, Smith returned to Scotland and became a professor of moral philosophy at the University of Glasgow in 1751. During this time, he gained a strong reputation as a brilliant lecturer and thinker. In 1759, he published his first major book, The Theory of Moral Sentiments. In this work, Smith explored human behavior, emphasizing the role of sympathy, morality, and ethical judgment in society. He argued that people are not purely selfish but are also guided by concern for others. The Wealth of Nations and Economic Revolution. Adam Smith's most famous work, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations 1776, marked a turning point in economic thought. In this book, Smith challenged the dominant economic system of his time, known as mercantilism, which emphasized government control and accumulation of gold and silver. He argued that true wealth comes from production, trade, and the efficient use of labor. One of his most important ideas was the division of labor, which explains how breaking work into smaller tasks increases productivity. He illustrated this with the example of a pin factory, where workers performing specialized tasks could produce far more output than working individually. Smith also introduced the concept of the invisible hand, which describes how individuals pursuing their own self-interest can unintentionally benefit society as a whole. This idea became a cornerstone of free market economics.
Economic philosophy. Adam Smith believed in what he called a system of natural liberty. This system promotes 1. Freedom of individuals to produce and trade. 2. Competition in markets. 3. Limited government intervention. He argued that when people are free to make economic decisions, resources are used more efficiently, leading to greater wealth and improved living standards. He emphasized that economic growth benefits not only the rich but also the common people, raising the overall standard of living, later life, and career. After the success of the Wealth of Nations, Smith was appointed as a customs commissioner in Scotland. Interestingly, despite his support for free trade, he worked in a role that involved enforcing trade regulations. Smith never married and lived a relatively simple and modest life. He was known for his absent-minded personality, often becoming deeply absorbed in thought. Despite this, he maintained close friendships, especially with the philosopher David Hume. Death on legacy. Adam Smith died on July 17, 1790, in Edinburgh. Before his death, he asked his friends to destroy many of his unpublished writings, leaving only a few works behind. His contributions to economics remain highly influential today. His ideas laid the foundation for classical economics and continue to shape modern economic policies and theories. His vision of a free market system based on competition, productivity, and individual freedom has had a lasting impact on societies around the world.